Hello and welcome to Raju Notes channel, your pit stop for weekly current affairs updates. The updates tailor-made for students taking all kinds of competitive exams like UPSC, civils, defense and placement interviews. Please subscribe to the channel and stay updated every Sunday. The fourth edition of India-Oman Joint Exercise Al-Najar 4 between contingents of Indian Army and Royal Army of Oman is scheduled to take place at the Foreign Training Node of Mahajan Field Firing Ranges, Rajasthan from 1st to 13th of August 2022. The Royal Army of Oman contingent comprising of 60 personnel from the Sultan of Oman Parachute Regiment have arrived at the exercise location. The Indian Army is represented by troops from the 18th Mechanized Infantry Battalion. The previous edition of exercise Al-Najar 4 was organized at Muscat from 12 to 25th March of 2019. The scope of the exercise includes professional interaction, mutual understanding of drills and procedures, establishment of a joint command and control structure, and elimination of terrorist threats. The joint exercise would focus on counter-terrorism operations, regional security operations, and peacekeeping operations under the United Nations Charter, apart from organizing joint physical training schedules, tactical drills, techniques, and procedures. The joint military exercises aims to enhance the level of defense cooperation between Indian Army and Royal Army of Oman and will further manifest in enhancing the bilateral relationships between the two countries. The regiment of artillery with a lethal and accurate firepower was able to have a telling effect on the enemy troops on their defenses, including .5140, which was a key factor in early completion of operations to the 1999 Kargil War. To commemorate with the victory of Indian Armed Forces and pay tribute to the supreme sacrifice of the gunners in Operation Vijay, .5140 at Dras in Kargil has been christened as Gun Hill. On July 26, 1999, the Indian Army announced the successful culmination of Operation Vijay, declaring victory after nearly a 3-month-long battle with Pakistani troops on the icy heights of Kargil in Ladakh. The Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush, Sarbananda Sonwal, affirmed India's commitment to unlocking the trade potential with the Central Asian region through the use of Chabat Port in Iran on the occasion of Chabahar Day, the day to mark the beginning of Indian vision to economize the movement of cargo between India and Central Asia through the Chabahar Port located in Iran. Indian government envisions making Chabahar Port a transit hub under the International North-South Transport Corridor (INSTC) to reach out to Commonwealth independent state countries. Chabahar Port links the rich Central Asian region with the South Asian markets. It has emerged as a significant for trade, economic collaborations and connecting people between the two geographies. Owing to the potential of the Central Asian markets, the Indian-led connectivity has provided secure and commercially viable access to the Indian Ocean region for the Central Asian countries. This link will not only provide connectivity but also drive investment, further supporting our cultural and political ties. The third edition of the Vietnam-India Bilateral Army Exercise Winbacks 2022 will begin this week and will continue till 20th of August. The exercise is a sequel to the previously conducted bilateral exercise in Vietnam in 2019. Vietnam is an important partner in India's Act East policy and the Indo-Pacific vision. The theme of Exercise Winbacks 2022 is the employment and deployment of the engineer company and a medical team as part of the United Nations contingent for peacekeeping operations. India has a rich legacy of deployment of troops in the United Nations missions and has some of the best capacities to impart United Nations peace operating training at tactical, operational and strategic levels. Myanmar military leader Min Aung Hlaing has received the approval of the National Defense and Security Council to extend his rule under a state of emergency for further 6 months. The members unanimously supported the proposal to extend the period of the declared state of emergency for another 6 months under Section 425 of the Constitution. The junta first declared a state of emergency after seizing power from the government of Aung San Suu Kyi in the coup in February last year. Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed a new naval doctrine which deems the US as the country's main rival. Putin said Russia will receive Zircon cruise missiles, warning that the country has the military capability to defeat its potential aggressors. During his speech on the Russia's Naval Day, Putin praised Tsar Peter the Great for making the country a sea power. Let's see how the events turn now with Russia declaring US as its main rival. The Indian Parliament has passed the Weapon of Mass Destruction and the Delivery System Amendment Bill 2022 with Rajya Sabha this week. The bill seeks to amend the Act of 2005. The 2005 Act prohibits unlawful activities such as manufacturing, transport or transfer related to the weapons of mass destruction and their means of delivery. Weapons of mass destruction are biological, chemical or nuclear weapons. The bill bars persons from financing any prohibited activity related to the weapons of mass destruction and their delivery systems. The Parliament also passed the Indian Antarctic Bill 2022. The bill seeks to give the effect to the Antarctic Treaty, the Convention on the Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources and the Protocols on Environmental Protection to the Antarctic Treaty. It also seeks to protect the Antarctic environment and regulate activities in the region. India has two establishments at Antarctic. One is called as Maitri and the second one is called as Bharti. India's first of its kind 5G spectrum auction was finally wrapped up this week after 7 days of intense bidding from the top industry players including Reliance Jio, Bharti Airtel and Adani Enterprises. This auction is of particular importance as it will lead to the rollout of 5G services by Indian telecoms, expected to take place somewhere in September this year. The 5G auction saw double the amount of bids seen during the 4G spectrum auction last year. In addition, the 5G amount is also the triple the amount bid for 2010 3G auction. I hope this will bring out the best for the consumers. In a secret operation that was planned for months, the United States took out Al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahari. He was standing on a balcony of a safe house in Afghanistan's Kabul. For several years, the government has been aware of a network that assessed supported Zavahari. But it was only this year that US intelligence learned that his family has moved to the Afghan capital. The pictures show no sign of explosion and no one else was harmed in the operation. The US used the macabre Hellfire R9X, a warhead-less missile believed to be equipped with 6 razor blades extending from the fuselage that slice through its target but do not explode, also called as ninja bombs. The missile has become America's munition of choice for killing the leaders of extremist groups while avoiding civilian casualties. So remember the name of the missile, Macabre Hellfire R9X. Zavahari, aged 71, was a key architect behind the multiple attacks including the September 11 of 2001 attacks on Twin Towers. Zavahari was a trained surgeon and became Al-Qaeda's leader after Osama bin Laden was killed in 2011. If you recollect, he also commented that abrogation of Article 370 in India's Jammu and Kashmir is a slap on the face of Muslims and also praised the Karnataka girl who protested for hijab inside the classroom and wrote a poem for her. After the death of Zavahari, FBI's most wanted terrorist Saif al-Adel is likely to become the next chief of Al-Qaeda. The wreckage of Pakistani military helicopter that went missing on Monday night carrying senior military officers was found, and the death of at least 6 officers including Pakistani Corps Commander 12 Corps, Lieutenant General Sarfraz Ali, Director General Coast Guard Major General Amjad and the crew members were confirmed. Baloch Rajai Ajoi Sangar, BRAS, an umbrella organization of Baloch armed group, claimed responsibility for targeting and downing the low-flying military helicopter in Balochistan. BRAS has threatened to continue to carry lethal attacks against Pakistani army until the full withdrawal of the Pakistani forces are carried out and the liberation of Baloch is declared. India should catch this opportunity and ultimately balkanize Pakistan into 4 pieces. United Nations House Speaker Nancy Pelosi landed in Taiwan late Tuesday, defying a string of increasingly stark warnings and threats from China that have sent tensions between the world's 2 superpowers soaring. Pelosi, second in line to the presidency, is the highest profile elected US official to visit Taiwan in 25 years, and Beijing has made it clear that it regards her presence as a major provocation, setting the region on the edge. Taiwan said the trip displayed rock-solid support from the Washington. China's military said that it was on high alert and launched a series of targeted military actions in response to the visit encircling Taiwan. China considers self-ruled democratic Taiwan as its territory and has vowed to one day seize the island by force if necessary. Sri Lanka and Pakistan have recently endorsed the thought process of China. Some news of science and technology coming out this week. Scientists have restored blood circulation and other functions in pigs an hour after their death using new technology that delivers cell protective fluid to organs and tissues. The findings, published on Wednesday in the journal Nature, could help extend the health of human organs during surgery and also make more transplants possible. The United States, Australia, Indonesia and the Philippines are amongst the 6 countries which have shown interest to buy India's Tejas aircraft, while Malaysia has already shortlisted the jet under its acquisition program. The other 2 countries that have expressed interest in the aircraft are Argentina and Egypt. Tejas, manufactured by Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, is a single-engine, multi-role fighter aircraft capable of operating in high-threat environments. Malaysia is procuring the aircraft to replace its aging fleet of Russian MiG-29 fighter planes. The number of aircraft that Malaysia is looking at procuring is not immediately known. The voting for the vice presidential election began on Saturday. For the 16th vice presidential election, the Electoral College consists of 233 elected members of Rajya Sabha, 12 nominated members of Rajya Sabha and 543 elected members of the Lok Sabha. NDA has nominated Jagdeep Dhankar as their candidate, while the opposition fielded Margaret Alva as their candidate for the post. The ASEAN regional grouping has said that Myanmar will not be allowed to participate in any of its meetings till it shows progress on the peace plan. Asking Myanmar must act in a way that shows progress is made in the peace plan, ASEAN was also concerned with the prolonged political crisis in Myanmar and execution of 4 opposition activists. ASEAN expressed deep disappointment at the limited progress and the lack of commitment towards the implementation of the 5-point consensus. The 5-point consensus of ASEAN, reached on 24th April 2021 at Jakarta, Indonesia, called for an immediate cessation of violence in Myanmar and constructive dialogue among all parties and to seek a peaceful solution. On the Rohingya issue, ASEAN reiterated support to facilitate voluntary return of the displaced person in a safe, secure and a dignified manner in accordance with the bilateral agreements between Myanmar and Bangladesh. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has unveiled the digital version of One District One Product (ODOP) gift catalogue this week. He highlighted the ways in which the ODOP gift catalogue is a step towards realizing the potential of all districts in the country and will global recognition to the country's diverse indigenous products. He urged all the line ministries, industry associations and export promotion councils to utilize products from the catalogue for encouragement to design the branding. The minister said that utilizing products from the catalogue will promote a brand image for local products in the international market. He said it is boosting vision of Make in India and Make for World. The ODOP gift catalogue includes a wide range of products such as fragrance, oils, Indian spirits, home decor products, fabrics and items like silks and shawls. The Commonwealth Games 2022 is currently happening in Birmingham, England. Today is the 8th day of the live action with 3 days still to go. The Indian team has already won 26 medals including 9 gold, 8 silver and 9 bronze. On Saturday, Mirabai Chanu headlined a 4-medal count with her gold medal in the women's 49 kg event. Weightlifter Achinta Shelu lived up to his top billing as he clinched India's 3rd gold in Commonwealth Games on Sunday. Earlier on Sunday, 19-year-old Jeremy lifted a total of 300 kgs across snatch and clean and jerk to top the men's 67 kg category. Jeremy also broke the game's record in his category with a 140 kg lift in snatch. Indian lawn bowls women's team and Indian's men team in table tennis also grabbed the gold. Saurav Ghoshal created history as he won India's first ever silver medal in squash at the Commonwealth Games. Tejaswin Shankar won a bronze medal in men's high jump, while Gurdeep Singh rounded off India's weightlifting campaign with a bronze medal in the 109 kg event. Murali Sri Shankar became the first Indian to win a long jump silver medal at the Commonwealth Games. Bajrang Punia was class apart while defending his title before Sakshi Malik produced a sensational gold medal winning effort as Indian wrestlers grabbed 6 medals, including 3 gold at the Commonwealth Games. Deepak Punia also contributed in swelling India's medal tally by winning the men's freestyle 86 kg gold, but the birthday girl Anshu Malik had to be content with silver medal in a maiden CWG appearance. Divya Kakran clinched a bronze in 68 kg, winning the playoff in just 26 seconds against Tonga's Tiger Lily. Mohit Garwal then ensured that India had a medal to show in all categories on Friday, winning the 125 kg bronze playoff to cap a successful day in style. Here is the full list of India's medal winners at Commonwealth Games 2022 as on date. Sanket Sagar won silver medal in men's weightlifting. Guru Raja Pujari bronze medal weightlifting. Mirabai Chanu gold weightlifting. Bindya Rani Devi silver weightlifting. Jeremy Lalendrunga gold weightlifting. Achinta Shelu gold weightlifting. Sushila Devi silver in judo. Vijay Kumar Yadav bronze in judo. Harinder Kaur bronze weightlifting. Indian women's team gold in lawn bowls. Vikas Thakur silver in weightlifting. India's men's team gold in table tennis. Indian mixed team silver in badminton. Lovepreet Singh bronze in weightlifting. Saurav Ghoshal bronze in squash. Tulika Man silver in judo. Gurdeep Singh bronze in weightlifting. Tejaswin Shankar bronze athletics. Murali Sri Shankar silver athletics. Sudhir gold in para powerlifting. Bajrang Punia gold wrestling. Sakshi Malik gold wrestling. Deepak Punia gold wrestling. Anshu Malik silver wrestling. Divya Kakran bronze wrestling. Mohit Garewal bronze wrestling. There are still few more days to go for these games and hope India will better its tally from its present position of the 5th in these games. And now for the segment where we see the events that unfolded this week back in history. July 13, 1947, Arnold Schwarzenegger is born. On this day, 75 years ago, bodybuilder turned actor turned politician Arnold Schwarzenegger was born. When this Austrian family boy said he wanted to be the greatest bodybuilder ever, his friends laughed. When he set foot in Hollywood, they laughed at his unusual accent and surname. When he contested for the governor, they thought he's crazy. Arnold became the greatest bodybuilder ever, one of the greatest Hollywood action star ever, and the governor of California. And there is his very famous Hasta la vista, baby. August 1st, 1960, Islamabad becomes the capital of Pakistan. On this day, 62 years ago, Islamabad was named the capital city of Pakistan. Until that point, Karachi had been the national capital, and the change to Islamabad was instituted for many reasons. It was more centrally located, and people were worried that keeping Karachi, the nation's business center, as the capital would allow businessmen to easily interfere in government affairs. Islamabad was also closer to the army headquarters, which made sense because an army general was the president at that time. August 2nd, 1946, Potsdam Conference comes to an end. On this day, 76 years ago, the Potsdam Conference featuring American President Harry S. Truman, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin concluded. Britain, which had exhausted itself during the 6 years of war, played second fiddle to the Americans and the Russians. The fate of post-war Europe was also sealed over 16 days. World War II was getting over and the Cold War was beginning. August 3rd, 1934, Adolf Hitler is the Führer of Germany. On this day, 88 years ago, Adolf Hitler assumed the title of Führer. After the Night of the Long Knives, nothing stood between Hitler and absolute power in Germany, except 87-year-old German President Paul von Hindenburg. Hitler decided that he should succeed Hindenburg, but not as a president, instead of a Führer. supreme leader of the German people. The German army pledged allegiance to its new commander-in-chief, and the rest truly is history. August 5, 1965, IndoPak War begins. On this day, 57 years ago, as part of Operation Gibraltar, thousands of Pakistani soldiers disguised as Kashmiris infiltrated into Indian territory. Pakistan miscalculated that 1965 was a good year to make a move on Kashmir, as India was smarting from defeat of 1962 war with China, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's death, his successor Lal Bahadur Shastri's weakness, and an anti-Hindi agitation in the south. Shastri rose to the occasion and Indian army took the war to Pakistani territory to claim the victory. Well, that's all friends for this week's update. See you soon on the same channel next Sunday. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.